Welcome back, my friends. Now, after I did Freddie Mercury, now we're moving on to Queen. In the 60s, Roger and Brian started off the band called Smile. And then in the end, Freddie came along and joined them because their lead singer dropped out. So Freddie stepped in at the last minute. So in the 70s, they changed the name to Queen and brought in a bass guitarist. Bear with me as I'm just picking up a few things. Their first album was called Queen. Now that wasn't a big success. Now, next, these are cassettes, because I've got the album somewhere, but I don't know where they are, but I've got them all on cassettes. This is their second one, Queen 2. And on this, if I open it, and we started off with, because this was like the one that started to get them noticed, but it wasn't a big success. Their biggest hit was Seven Seas of Rye, and that was written by Freddie. This was a bit ambitious one. This was their first major album to get them in the charts, because Queen 1 didn't chart anywhere, as you can see on the cassette. Queen 2. Now, the thing is, nowadays, a lot of people haven't heard of cassettes, because back in the 70s, you could get it on vinyl or cassette, and I think they did it on 8-track. Now, for the next one, this one put them on the sheet, another cassette, and this is Sheer Heart Attack. And the tracks what made them big was Brighton Rock, trying to think what other tracks they had. Oh, now I'm here. That's another one there, big hits. Most of the tracks in the early days was written by Brian and May, Freddie and Brian, but Roger did do a track on this album. I don't think there's anything done by John at the moment. No, all the tracks was done by Freddie and Brian May and Freddie Mercury. And this is Sheer Heart Attack, their third album. Now, their fourth album, this is one of their big ones. This is the one what made them, got them noticed big time, because they did the first ever video with this one, and the track, what it was Bohemian Rhapsody, and this came out and it got to number 1. And on the B-side was a track by Roger, I'm in Love with My Car. Other tracks on there was Love of My Life, You're My Best Friend. I don't know if I look on this. Oh, excuse me. You're My Best Friend was written by John Deacon. So that was one of John's first tributes to the band. And I'm in Love with My Car was on the B-side of Bohemian Rhapsody, and that was written by Roger. Roger Taylor. So this was the first, like, and at the end they did arrangement, God Save the Queen, because it had as you can see, it's got the Queen emblem and that. As you should see, it's another cassette. So, for our fifth one, we go to Day at the Races. Now, this one was, the hits from this was Tie Your Mother Down, Somebody to Love, Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. I think trying to think. I think there was an because they all tribute songs to this album. It's usually Freddie and Brian what do the most songwriting, but John and Roger did do some tracks on this one. And then for our next one, that's Day at the Races. As you can see, there are cassettes. Not a lot of people see cassettes now. Now this is News of the World. And the songs from this one were We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, because We Are the Champions are played at many sports events. Spread Your Wings, that was written by John. I think that's all of them. There are quite a few tracks written by all of them. Yeah, they all took a turn to write tracks for this one. If we bear with me as I look through my many CDs and I have got some out of order because I can't find them. And for the next one is The Game, another cassette. And songs from this is Play the Game, another one, Bite the Dust, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Save Me, because with another one, Bites the Dust, I think that was the one where John did the bass, because he was heavily involved with the bass on that, because it's got a real good bass thing, boom, 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 and then let's go right into it and Play the Game. No, as again, they all tribute to this one. Now, bear with me. Our next one, because Queen went on to do the soundtrack for the film Flash Gordon, and their big hit from this was Flash, and this came out in what year we are, baby? I think it was in the 1980. So this was one of their early ones, and the big they did all the songs and that, and wrote all the songs to go with the film. I think everybody attributed to writing all the different songs on this film. So that was one of their big movies. So then we go on to one of our first CDs, and this is The Miracle, as you can see. And from the Miracle, he had the Invisible Man, Savage, I think it is, Sanctuary or something like that. That was one of their big hits. And one what they're missing, as that falls down. After that, they came out with not News of the World, it's Hot Space. That was sort of like disco-y in that, and some of the tracks did make the charts, but they was a bit disappointed to it because the way Freddie was going, his direction was going more disco-y in that, and the rest of them wasn't very happy with that. So they had a few hits from that, and after that, when Live Aid came around, they brought, before Live Aid, let's have a look here. Before that, they brought their first greatest hits, and this got all the tracks from. This is the first one of the greatest hits, and it's got from Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites Dust, Killer Cream, Fat Bottom Girl, Bicycle Race, You're My Best Friend, Don't Stop Me Now, Save Me, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Somebody to Love Me, Now I'm Here, Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, Play the Game, Flash, Seven Seas of Rye, We Will Rock You, and We Are the Champions. So this is their first greatest hits. And then they brought out the Works album. So I've actually got an album. Well, here is the album of Queen's Greatest Hits 2. And as I pull, you can see the singles that they brought out. That one is Radio Gaga. That nearly got to number one, but it just, stopped at number 2. Not that one, I mean this one, the middle one. And the video to that was so amazing. And the way, excuse me, Freddie got everybody clapping. When I went to see them in '84 at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, he did that routine and everybody in the audience did it as well. And his vocal range was amazing. Now, another one from there is I Want to Break Free. And this one was written by John Deacon. Now, this was a bit flamboyant because of the video, because it was taking the mickey out of a British soap opera called Coronation Street. And they all dressed up as characters in drag and that. And part of, in America, it didn't go down, so he got banned. And then in 1981, they collaborated with Dave Barry and their song Under Pressure. And that got to a number 1 hit. And then on the Magic album, what was connected with the film The Highlander and The Kind of Magic, that was written by Roger, and that was taken from the film Highlander. So this is the first, because it's a double album. I'll show you the inside of it, and as you can see, the one at the end is Hot Space. That's that one what was disco-y in that, and you can see from the pictures, if I hold it up properly, all the different pictures from the their bits of the film, you know, when they did the video and that. And that one with Freddie and the cats and that was his final, because at the end he was so unwell, because as you can see, if I can hold that with him in his blue jacket, he looks so, you know, so peaky and that. And he was working right up to his death, because he wanted to continue. He wanted the guys to continue to write. He was trying to sing the songs, and he left enough material for enough. Well, we'll get on to this. The other tracks, you can see what come out, is Hammered to 4. That was done, they did that as a duo on Live Aid, and that really went, because Queen stole the show for Live Aid. And then the One Vision, there's all the tracks and that on the other side. Let's see, let me pop this in here. And here is the CD of Endo, whatever. And they did it. Freddie wrote a song called Delilah, and that was about one of his cats. And this was the last album that they did together before Freddie died. But they did do another album as this, because they had enough material to record to make another album and put together. So, excuse me, bear with me, and that was Made in Heaven, and this was the very last Queen album that they, what had Freddie's vocals and that, and what they did, they had all these vocals and material because he wanted them to carry on, and he recorded as much stuff before he died. And the songs on there is It's a Beautiful Day, Made in Heaven, and then we go on to our fourth greatest hits. That's this one, and this had a third greatest hits, and this had all tracks. This was, some of the songs were from the tribute concert to Freddie, like The Show Must Go On was done by Queen and Elton John. Under Pressure was done by Queen, remixed and done by Queen. Barcelona with Freddie and Mantra was on this. Too Much Love Will Kill You, done by Queen. Then they Somebody to Love was done by Queen with George Michael singing on it, because it was from the tribute album. Drive By You, that was one of Brian's, because he did that for his solo album, because that's when they all went off and did some solo stuff. And then there's on there is Great Pretender by Freddie. Prince of the Universe, that's from Highlander by Queen. Another one, Bites the Dust, by Queen, and that this is like a remix, Queen and some other person. No One But You, only, in brackets, Only God Dies Young, another Queen track. And then These Are Our Days of Our Life, the live version. And then the final track, because they actually did a Christmas song, Thank God It's Christmas. And this is when they did, after Freddie died, they brought out Bohemian Rhapsody, pictures from the concert, and they did the tribute concert to Freddie, and that's because that was done at Wembley Stadium. There's George Michael with Brian, and they did Somebody to Love. And there's the picture of all three of them. After this concert, more pictures. John decided that he was going to step back. He didn't want to. He just couldn't, because John and Freddie was really close. They was like brothers in arms, and John. He sort of stepped back, and he's still got contact with Queen. And as you can see, I've got the T-shirt from the rock opera We Will Rock You, because what they did a rock opera with I can't think of his name, Ben Houghton, because I actually got to see it twice. First time I saw it was the Drury Hall Theatre in London. And it was really good, the way they did it. And that's it. And there's some of the videos what have come out over the years. And then I got to see it at the Hippodrome, Birmingham, with my partner. And then Queen, they continued to tour. First, they sort of got the one from Bad Company to sing with them, and he did a few concerts with them. But then someone went entered the competition. Some star, I forget what it is, and he won it, and his name was Adam Lambert, and he's joined Queen. They still do that. They have not written any new stuff. They still tour as Queen, and Brian Lambert sings all the songs, but there would be nobody ever replace Freddie, because he was so amazing. But Adam Lambert, he's quite good. I've been impressed with his singing and how he treats the songs, because he does them in his own style, because you could never do the songs, Freddie's songs, the songs Freddie did in their way, because this is what another CD, Queen Around the World with Adam Lambert, and this is like a tour. And I think there's one there's the CD and the DVD with it. And later on, they actually brought out Queen on Fire live at the Bowl. I presume this is the Hollywood Bowl. There it is, from 5th of June 1982. And if I get there, this is the one of Freddie's last, because after 84 he decided that he would not tour. His health wasn't there's some pictures from it. Roger on his drums, looking very serious. John with them doing his, and Brian and that. More pictures of Freddie. I reckon if he hadn't died of AIDS, there's a picture of Freddie. I presume Queen would be still going today, and they would all be still working on new material. But his life was cut short because he had a flamboyant life, and he went too soon because he kept it quiet when he got the diagnosis, when he was told he had HIV AIDS. He told the band and he asked them not to let anybody know, and the day before he died they released the statement that Freddie Mercury had got AIDS, and the next day he passed away. Now his partner, who he never married, he was engaged one time, but he told her that he was bisexual, and they split, but they still kept as friends because Freddie did have a partner in the end, and he was with him till his dying days. So this is where I end my story of Queen and Freddie Mercury, and this is like a follow-on from the story of Freddie and how he did his life and that, and this is the parts of Queen. And I was honoured to get to see Freddie Mercury live. And if you do like this video and you enjoy my contents and my little talks and going through history and that about different things, I hope you will join me again. If you want to, you can come and be a follower, subscribe to my channel, put a note if you want to say something about if you saw Queen, if you had the pleasure of seeing Queen, and where or when. And this is where I say a fond farewell, and I hope you are all safe and well. And whenever you watch this video on about Queen and Freddie Mercury, and I'll say goodbye.